For this video on a visual guide to the rabbit target, we have come to Eaton Hall's fantastic Rabbit Alley. The Rabbit Alley offers a whole host of different rabbit targets. You will see slow, medium and fast, left to right and right to left, quartering, and also the targets are at various distances. So it gives us a whole selection for us to shoot at. Later on in the video, we'll be venturing outside of Rabbit Alley onto other targets at Eaton Hall and other grounds as well, where we'll be looking at the rabu or flying rabbit and also some other quartering rabbits. So let's take a look at the targets. The hatch where A comes from is just out of sight, unfortunately, but you can see the pattern that it takes because it's quartering across our view. B is a very fast left to right. C is a very slow coming down the slide. D bounces at first, but then settles, so we'll be taking a detailed look at that one shortly. E, F and G are right to lefts, obviously at different distances and slightly varying speeds. And then we've got H from the bottom right, which is a fast quartering right to left. For this next segment, I'll be using the Shotkam barrel view so that you can see the various methods that are used, including swing through, pull away and maintain lead. Personally, I generally tend to stick to either swing through or pull away. Those two methods, if you're behind or on the clay, I believe that you can react if the clay bounces or jumps, as rabbits often do. However, maintain lead, I believe, does still have its place, and I use it if I need to be on the clay quickly, or perhaps if it's in long, wet grass and the clay is pretty slow, where we need to be steady, then I'll use maintain lead there often as well. And then if it's bouncing and then settling, so we're short of time when it has actually settled, I may use maintain lead there as well. These are some of the reasons why rabbits are missed. Firstly, the background can deceive us. It makes the clay look faster than it really is. Secondly, we look in the wrong place. Thirdly, and most common, is that we shoot in front of the clay. Fourth, especially on quartering targets, we shoot over the top. And fifth, we only need the speed at the kill point. Take no notice of how fast it comes out of the trap. They slow down very quickly. Pull. For a rabbit target that is moving very slowly indeed, sometimes using the collapsing lead method can be very beneficial. This stops us making too much of a movement in front of the clay. And here I'm using a late hold point, which means only a small movement until the kill point. Now I'm going to demonstrate exactly what happens if you look at the wrong part of the clay. So here I'm going to show you me looking over the top of the clay rather than underneath it. Okay, so this is a little exercise that if you are really struggling with rabbits that I suggest you try. If you take a medium paced rabbit and using a maintained lead method, start at one clay's gap in front of it, then try two, then try three clay's gap, etc., etc., and then you will hopefully find how much of a gap the clay needs. You may often see a cone with a rabbit target. This is often used in competitions and is a limit where you must shoot at the clay before the cone. If a particular rabbit is always bouncing as it leaves the trap, if you do have time, it can be a better idea to leave it until it has settled and then take the shot. Unfortunately, when I filmed on this day, the Shotkam wasn't calibrated for this area, but please ignore the red dot as it isn't part of the subject for this next section. This is about choke or cartridge. Quite often I see online where people are saying that a rabbit clay has been hit with maybe 2 or 3 pellets and you can see the holes in the clay but it hasn't broken. A lot of the time I believe that this is people using too open a choke. For this demonstration I was using B&P Sporting and Compact size 9, which is a UK 8.5, and as you can see, with a tight enough choke it broke all of the clays here. This next clip should hopefully show you exactly where I'm shooting when shooting rabbits. And here's an example of where I would choose maintain lead because of needing to shoot the first one as quickly as possible. When a rabbit is quartering, as in this example, it can be more successful if you try and use a very late kill point as shown here. Whereas you might want to shoot it roughly in front of you. If you leave it later on, It obviously reduces the angle that you are shooting at and hopefully will increase your success. Here you will see two examples of using a later on kill point, and then the third is where people may choose to shoot it because it feels right. And to finish off the video, we'll now finally look at the Rabu, or the flying rocket target. This has been around for quite a while now, but is little used on very many courses. If you just imagine that it's similar to a looper, then you won't be far wrong.
Rest of the setup is that. You're making the classic mistake everybody does, set up to quiet them.
I really hope that this video has been helpful for you. Any questions, obviously please ask in the comments and I'll try and help you.